see you, man. Great to see everybody. Oh, I love you. What a great crowd. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to.
Joe Piscopo is truly an original, a legend, and nobody does Frank Sinatra better than this class act. He's the morning host on AM 970, The Answer, but of course, he has had a decades-long career, and this is a big day in the world of Joe Piscopo. Let's welcome my dear friend and colleague from the Salem Media Group, the one and only Joe Piscopo. Joe, that was you on Huckabee, and I remember it. I watched it. I loved it. I get chills every time you do, as you call him, the old man, Frank Sinatra, singing New York, New York. How are you, Joe?
Mike, I love you, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for jumping on our show this morning. You've been, a beacon for me on the radio. The way you are just so kind to everybody. You have a heart and a soul, yet your beliefs are right along my beliefs of believing in God and country. So thanks for leading the way. You're a great influence. So I don't want you to, I don't want to go by without saying that first and foremost, my dear friend.
You're so kind, and you're always so kind and gracious and humble, and yet you are truly a beacon, and morning radio has been upended in New York with your great show, because and this is a big day today, because today is the day that Average Joe, the memoirs of a blue-collar entertainer, gets released to the public. You're holding it right there in your hand. Incidentally, love that headshot. When that headshot is that captures you, Joe. That's perfect.
Can I tell you what happened? So you go through a shout out to Becky and to the whole team over at the Forefront Books and Simon and Schuster, Mike. So this headshot is got to be behind the Count Basie Theater in Jersey, and I think a guy, his name was, and I didn't know. I said, "Who took that headshot?" They said, "We love that headshot." I got 1,000 others. They said, "We want that headshot." So I had to track down Danny Rodriguez. He took the headshot, and I remembered, and they used it from behind an alleyway in Red Bank, New Jersey, baby. And there it is.
It really captures your story. I mean, here you are, and obviously everybody knows you from TV and movies and Johnny Dangerously and all this great work you've done over the years. And now you're waking up millions in the morning, and you are, as you've described yourself, you're part of the blue collar of show business. You're look, I would make a political comparison to the 45th and 47th president. You're a populist entertainer.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you. It's so weird because I just went into the business just to work, and the book is like a survival story of how to hang in there. Because there's ups and downs, ins and outs, goods and bads, but you got to stay with it, and you have to. The trick is to reinvent yourself, to just keep going. And you're right. And Donald Trump has done that every step of the way, especially the last 2 years. And if you don't reinvent, also another hero of mine, Frank Sinatra, when in 1951, after he had a great run on Columbia Records, on all the radio, on all the international stardom that he got with, the what I call the Columbia years from 1939 right to 50. Then all of a sudden he hit a big bump. Frank Sinatra did, and everything stopped. Mike, everything stopped. His voice kind of glitched a little bit. And they were so unforgiving, to be kind, to Frank Sinatra. And he went, "I'm staying with it. I'm going to go with it. I want to do this film." He does From Here to Eternity, and the rest is history. But you got it. It's a survival story, because in the entertainment business, Mike, I'm telling you, they'll throw you by the wayside, brother, and they don't care, and they'll move right on,
And what your story, even with Saturday Night Live, is so riveting. A lot of people don't realize that you really helped save the show from cancellation. You were one of the you're one of the actors hired to replace one of the original cast members of Saturday Night Live, and you were on there for I think four or 5 years. But the behind the scenes that I happen to know about is what I think people find so fascinating, because really, thanks to that show was on the verge. SNL was about to be canceled, right, Joe?
Yeah, man. Please. I write again. Thank you for bringing that up, Mike. What I wrote about first is the comedy club. First, I talk about heritage. I talk about my Italian American heritage and how great it is to be an American and how proud I am. And you can see me on the wide shot that you have. That's my grandfather behind me, my great uncle behind me. Below here is the manifest. That is from the freighter, the Moltke, the German freighter that my grandfather came to America on. So I appreciate. I wrote that, and I went to the comedy clubs. But making the transition to Saturday Night Live, they were, for some reason, Lorne Michaels and company left, and they had to bring in a whole new staff. So they hired a great gal by the name of Jean Domanian, who was Lorne's right hand at the time, and she had to rebuild the show. And then
Wow.
we had the task of replacing Gilda Radner and John Belushi and Danny Aykroyd. Oh, and Chevy.
Yikes.
It was
Yeah.
impossible. No, it was a no-win situation. Didn't
Right.
work out great for the first 10 shows, but you're absolutely right. Talk about reinventing yourself, hanging in, staying with it.
That's
And by the
right.
grace
That's
of
right.
God, it worked out. When Eddie came on and Dick Ebersol came in, and no disrespect to anybody else, but it's just worked. But we glitched for a bit there. You're absolutely right. Well, that was not
Well, and
easy, I
you
tell you.
and you produce some memorable moments. I mean, I still see you and Eddie Murphy, Ebony and Ivory together. I mean, it just some great moments. The great Joe Piscopo's with us. His book is on sale today, Average Joe, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. This is a book that
Well,
really has been years and years in the making, and I'm so honored to get to announce it to the world today that it's on sale today wherever books are sold. Average Joe from by Joe Piscopo. And Joe, you and I both will remember till our dying days the moment in the hallway at AM 970 The Answer when Donald Trump came down the escalator and we sort of whispered almost like we were in a secret club together, hey, this guy's the real deal. The American people are going to go for this guy, and you and
yeah.
I were one of the only two people were mocking us. I never forget being up on a panel with hey, I don't mind name dropping Eric Metaxas, and he browbeat me in front of the crowd. Oh, this Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? He's a clown. And now Eric, of course, like so many others, is a huge Trump supporter because
Yeah. Yeah.
Trump won people like Eric and Ted Cruz and others over. Joe, you saw it coming?
Yeah, well, we did it. Thank you. And just we talked about this on my morning show, and thank you for gracing the airwaves with us this morning, Mike Gallagher. I love you. My mother always loved you, but Mike,
Uh,
I went to Mike and I were talking about to your audience, kind enough to watch and listen. Is we talked when you were at the Empire State Building as we chatted this morning, and I met Mike Gallagher. I said, "This is a nice, I know the Democrat, blue dog, but a Democrat, a diehard Democrat." And I talked to Mike Gallagher. I walked out of that studio at the Empire State Building with the great Gallagher. And I said, this is a nice guy. I mean, he's got all the outlook. He believes in God and country. He's got a conservative view. And I tell you, it started to turn my political outlook. So I thank you for that. And then me meeting it was Mike Gallagher and Ronald Reagan that really kind of changed my whole political outset. I'm telling you something.
I
So
love that.
but I appreciate it more than anything else. And I appreciate you
Well,
always being there. But I wanted to say too, and I got not to lose track of what we're talking about. We chose the Mike Gallagher show to make the national break of the book. So
wow.
thank you
I'm
for
so honored.
thank
Well, that means more to you, more to me than you'll ever know, and I'm so honored. And I hope I know our audience will love the book. Go to Amazon, get it. Go to Barnes and wherever you got to go to get a book. To get the book, Average Joe. And in the minute or so we have left, Joe, this summer we've managed to talk you into joining us for the second annual Patriots Alaska Cruise.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
obviously, you sing. I can hit a few notes. There's a
yes you
rumor
can.
that maybe and Larry Elder and I, along with you, Joe, and Jennifer Horn from LA, who we love, is there any truth to the rumor that we might be able to do a buddy song together on the ship
Would
for our
it's been
passengers?
worth the price of admission alone. It's just you and I singing on stage. Mike Gallagher is Broadway caliber. This guy on stage is
Nah,
oh
no.
yeah. I've seen it.
I'm
I've
community
seen it. I
theater
know.
caliber.
No,
I'm
no,
no,
you're
I, no,
great. Come
I'm
on.
dinner. I'm dinner
No,
theater caliber. I'm
yeah,
dinner.
I would be
I'm the
honored.
La Comedia Dinner Club in Ohio. That's what I am.
When you looked at me in the hallway, you said he would win, and I looked back, said he would. We were right, and I'm telling you, we're right about you and I doing a duet on the Patriots cruise. It's going,
I can't wait.
travelwithsalem.com. Come on with us. And Larry and Jen, it's going to be a blast. Can't wait to
Oh,
see
we're
you
gonna
there,
have
Michael.
we're gonna have a blast, and to whale watch, and to go, and you want to be on a dog sled, so that'll be worth the price of admission. Travelwithsalem.com, or you can just text the keyword Alaska. August 16th through the 23rd. Hey, Joe, congratulations on the book. Continued success,
Uh,
my friend. I love you. You keep fighting the good fight, Joe.
Thank you, Mike. Proud to be with you. Proud to be your friend. God bless you, my brother.
God bless the great Joe Piscopo joining us on the Alaska cruise. Travelwithsalem.com for all the details.